every once in a while, somebody comes along who embodies everything that you want from that role, from that character. And not only is it great when the fans feel that way about somebody in a certain role, but it means even more when the person in that role also really loves playing that character. And we saw it with Kevin Conroy as Batman, and I think it is just as applicable here with Jason David Frank as Tommy. He loved being a Power Ranger. I I watched the Power Rangers religiously when I was a kid, and then I was sort of just kind of grew out of it and didn't really pay attention, even though the show kept going, which is awesome that every generation gets to experience the Power Rangers. But one of the coolest things, and I think this defines just how amazing he was as a Power Ranger, was that any time that I heard Jason David Frank was coming back, I had to watch the episode. I had to watch the scene, whatever he was in. He loved being a Power Ranger so much. Any time that they wanted someone to come back, any hit of nostalgia, it was always, can we get Jason David Frank to be in the episode, in the movie, whatever it might be? And it seemed to me as a fan that he always would run back. You shine that signal in the sky, and Jason David Frank would always suit up one more time to play a Power Ranger. And I just thought that was awesome because anytime a franchise has just one consistent person throughout who is always there to come back, to bring back maybe the crowd that used to watch when they were kids, or to show the new generation like, hey man, like this is the GOAT Power Ranger right here, like this is the all-time greatest, and we got him back in this new season. And I just thought that was really, really cool. I loved the Green Ranger so much, even though he was like sort of a dick when he first came around. But man, he was so cool. His design was so cool. The White Ranger was so cool. I loved the Power Rangers movie when I was a kid. Doesn't hold up as well now. But when I was a kid, hey, when you were 8, that movie slapped. That movie was so fucking cool. And the fact that Jason David Frank would always come back. He really embodied the, once a Ranger, always a Ranger ideals that the show is based around. It's really weird. It's really, really weird that he's gone. And it, I think, came as such a shock that I still have not processed it. And I think a lot like Kevin Conroy, it's going to be one of those things that hits me more when there are no more Tommy cameos. He's not in any of the future shows. And I think that's one of the things that's going to be the hardest to deal with, is that that era is over. But in times like this, I like to try to think about the fact that it happened at all. The fact that we got such an amazing actor who embodied the Power Rangers better than anyone. And there were some great Power Rangers, but man, Tommy was always the GOAT. He was always the coolest. He was just so fucking cool, man. I loved the Green Ranger, the White Ranger, Jason David Frank, dude. You fucking rock. You were the man. Everybody who watched the Power Rangers throughout history, throughout their lives, we are all going to miss you. And thank you so much for being such a big part of that franchise.